Hello and welcome to part 1 of Learning to Program with C. Who's this video aimed at? This video is aimed at anybody who wants to learn how to program. C is going to be the programming language, the vector of choice for us. We're going to use C as a mechanism of learning how to program. Why am I doing this? Well, what I noticed amongst some of my friends is that they're interested in programming, and I can tell that they're very technical people. Some are systems administrators and things like that, but for some reason they have this fear around programming, which is really not necessary. Programming is a very simple and straightforward task. Okay, mammoth debugging sessions can be quite complicated, but in general programming is very simple. It's a very logical, straightforward thing to do. And the basics of programming are certainly very simple, and pretty much anyone can do it, especially if they have a willingness to learn. So it's really aimed at people like that, some of my friends who want to learn and perhaps never really don't know where to start or had an opportunity. So this is for them. One thing I'm going to say is there's not going to be any Microsoft Windows in this video. I don't use Microsoft Windows. I haven't used it for years. I typically use FreeBSD or Debian. I haven't used Windows for years, I'm just not interested in it. If you use Windows and you want to follow the examples here and learn how to program C, then what I would advise don't worry, I'm not going to say anything rude. What I would advise is that you download VirtualBox and install PCBSD or Ubuntu or Linux Mint in a VirtualBox on your Windows machine. Then when you open up a terminal, you will have access to all the command line compilation tools that I'm going to be using in the videos. That's what I suggest you do. There's probably some other ways to do it on Windows, and what I will say is, if you're a person out there who's found another way to do it and is interested in sharing that information, then put that in the comments and link to your video. That's fine. And we can then learn together and all help each other. I'm not going to do the Windows bit, but somebody else probably will. What I want to do with this video series is keep each episode very short and focus on one thing. So this is the introduction, and that's all it will contain. I'm going to talk about the history. There'll be one episode about functions. There'll be another about data structures. But each episode I'll try and keep short and about one thing. By the end of the video series, you should know how to program C if you tried out some of the things yourself. You should know how to write basic programs, and you should feel confident in writing basic programs and feel confident in understanding where you can find further information about C and how to program in C. With this understanding of C, you should feel relatively confident when you see another programming language. When you look at it, things will be very familiar because many things derived from C syntax. Okay, that's all I want to say in the introduction. See you in the next part.